What's up, people? What's up, family? How you guys doing? Real quick word. First of all, it's nasty out here, man. In Florida, it's a horrible day in Florida, man. It's about summertime. It's around April. It rains all the fucking time, every day from in the spring to the end of summer. Like 80% of the time, it's raining. That's Florida for you. Anyways, real quick, man. Today's topic is about the formula that works, right? And I want to ask you guys a question. To all you highly spiritual people out there who claim the title of empath, claim the title of super empath, the title of the dreadful Heyoka, that H word I don't really want to bring up. That's a different subject, but those actually I do want to address that, especially Heyokas, because Heyokas, um, pretty much all of them have had horrible childhoods and horrible lives up until the point they awaken, right? We all established that empaths have had some troubling past. Strong spiritual people usually have the strongest spiritual people usually have very tough past lives before they awaken, right? So I will ask you guys a question. Um, Now, I want to debunk one thing that somebody has already done, but this whole thing about empaths being sensitive and and a victim and being at our worst in life. That's not necessarily true, right? Empaths that, like myself and people I know, were very productive in society before we awakened. You know, I never saw it. If you're a person who has let your spiritual sensitivity run your life to where you're in a horrible position in your life before you awaken, then you probably are a highly sensitive person. You're not an empath, because empaths are very logical, and they're very intelligent. I don't find too many real empaths in bad situations. As far as like on our jobs, we always excel. We're usually the smarter of the group when we're on our jobs. So I don't agree with the whole. A lot of highly sensitive people will claim to be empaths, and you listen to their story, you be like, no, you're just sensitive, right? You're a sensitive person. You pick up people's emotions, but it has to be visual for you. Right? If you see someone, if you see someone crying, or if you see someone in a bad situation, it makes you sad. You're sensitive. Empaths, on the other hand, will pick up things from across the goddamn city, sometimes across the globe. I picked up on emotions, and I found out later where it came from. I mean, I didn't have to interact with the person to know what I felt, right? And let's kill this theory about how empaths watch sad movies and they cry. No, we react to real emotion, not actors reading a script. If you are a person that cry during sad movies, you are a sensitive person. Empaths, it's not. I don't know why people put that on us. Like, we're so sensitive that when we watch a sad movie or something in a movie that we cry. That's not true. Those are actors, and we are aware they're actors. Now, if something real happens, like we're watching a documentary or something, and they have real footage, things like that, I have cried seeing certain things on camera, like real footage of the things that happened, and I've seen the face of pain at that time. A moment captured in time with a camera, you see real pain on people's faces and real heartache and real hurt. That is what gets empaths, worked up and get us got emotions. Not actors, man. Stop this shit about watching Netflix and crying. That's not true. I love The Notebook, one of my favorite movies, and I almost cried in that movie. I came really close, but it wasn't because of empath. It was because it's a good damn movie. You know what I mean? It's just it's a perfect movie. Obviously, if you haven't seen Notebook, you sleep, right? But so let's get it out of the way, guys. We're not highly sensitive. We're not sensitive to things like that. All right, we absorb the actual emotions of the person, the energy of the person. It's a different feeling from watching someone cry than to actually feeling what they're feeling, right? It's a huge difference. So, being that said, empaths are very successful in their personal life. We make it out. The world, the society, this society has made it out like empaths were just doing so bad before. No, because the empath community was full of victims, people who just were being ran over in life, and that's not an empath. Empaths don't get run over in life. Empaths, like if the empath is getting ran over in life, it's usually by narcissists. Because one thing it is true about empaths, we do attract narcissists. We are the narcissist fool. I get that, and I agree with that 100%. I would never take that from anybody. But there are people out here falling prey to just everyday life, letting life defeat them and claiming to be empaths. No, you're just sensitive. Life doesn't defeat an empath. It doesn't. We are more powerful than you think before we awaken. Before we awaken, we are very powerful, very intelligent, very logical, right? And very self-aware. In the last video, I explained what self-awareness is compared to consciousness. Highly sensitive people are conscious, they're not self-aware. Empaths are conscious before we awaken, and when we awaken, we gain self-awareness very easily because we're already logical thinkers. Does that make sense? How that make sense to you guys? So, being that said, empaths who have had troubled pasts, we usually have a level of wisdom that is unmatched by the average person, right? And I'm getting to the point, guys, about the formula. So give me a second, right? So we have reached a point of logical thinking, and now we're awakened, and we are now self-aware of who we are. But before we were awakened, we were blessed with the ability to take our life mistakes and our actions and learn from them and make better of them, you know. And we learn from them, and that becomes wisdom. You make your mistake, you are self-aware, but you're conscious enough to know what's happening around you, but you're also self-aware enough to know what actions got you there. Empaths is self-aware before we awaken, guys. But it's more intuitive. It's now we know what we're into. But before, it's just intuitive. We are intuitively self-aware before we awaken. So what happens is that we ended up gaining knowledge from each mistake we make, each experience we make. In my case, it's a bunch of dead-end relationships with women. You know, 2 years here, 3 years here, 4 years here. Then my childhood, I had those things going on. But I learned such valuable lessons from that. Everything I did wrong, every journey I went on after my mistake, I learned something from that. It gave me a lot of wisdom, right? So, my question to you fellow empaths out there and spiritual people out there who have taken your bad decisions and taken your heartache and your pain, and you were able to learn from them and develop before you were awakened, that formula is what got you where you are, right? What I mean by that is your experience in life, even though it was involuntary because you didn't volunteer to go through all that, but you still learn your most valuable lessons from your worst mistakes, right or wrong. So I ask you this question: why is the formula all of a sudden different when you become awakened? Why is it that the life experiences no more? Why is it like the life experiences that the formula you use to take life experiences and gain wisdom? Why is that formula all of a sudden not useful anymore? That's my question to the spiritual community. Why is it that we learn so much wisdom from our life experiences and we brag about it? We actually brag about, I've been through a lot, but I learned so many lessons. I gained my wisdom. If you ask most spiritual people, would they take back what happened to them? Either I make you rich 20 years ago and make you rich and take back all your mistakes, or I give you, or you keep your wisdom, but you still have to hold on to everything you went through. Most people will say, I'll stay who I am because what I've been through made me as smart as I am. It made me as it made me as self-aware as I am. And most people wouldn't take that back. So the formula worked. Your life experiences is what got you the wisdom you have. So once you awaken, why do we then do the opposite of what was already working? See, now that you're awakened, the formula is going to work better because you know what's going on now. You're volunteering to live this experience, this life experience through just experiencing it, instead of running to the caves and cutting off society and giving up the dream of everything. Like the formula, it was working, right? So the same way you gain that wisdom through your mistakes, you gain self-awareness through the same formula. That is through experiencing life. But now you're awakened, you're going to experience life without the mistakes, without the bad habits, right? Without the negative people. The narcissist is no longer there anymore. You're awakened. You're free. So some of us spend 30, 40 years learning from our mistakes, and then awaken And all of a sudden, the formula just doesn't work anymore. We're going to cut everything off. Everything is just, I'm special. Everything else is just over there. I'm over here by myself. I'm going to find a bunch of people that think like me and co-sign every piece of bullshit that come out of my mouth. That's what 90% of spiritual people do. I'm like, why? Why, when the formula worked all this time? You gain wisdom by your life experiences before you awaken. Though they were mistakes, you gain wisdom. You gain self-awareness through the same formula. You go out there and you live life and you make your decisions. But now you make better decisions. You got better people around you. It's set up for you to, spirituality is set up for you to thrive in the world. It's not set up for you to cut yourself off from it. Think about it, guys. Think about what I'm saying. Just take time to get out of your own ego and take time to think about what I'm saying. Spirituality is designed for you to thrive in this world amongst your other human species. That's what it's designed to do, right? So I want to share that with you guys, man. I really want somebody to explain to me, why do we change the formula that's been working so long? Why do we change the way we do things? Why do we gain so much wisdom and so much knowledge from our mistakes, and then when we're awakened, we think that learning from experiences is no longer the formula. The problem is, everyone's telling you have to change so much. Everyone's telling you have to change everything. No, you don't have to change everything. You change what's wrong. You don't change what's right. The whole saying about if it ain't broke, don't fix it comes true in this situation right here, in this scenario right here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The formula been working. You gain wisdom from living life. You gain all your knowledge from living life. Where do you think you get self-awareness from? Where do you think you get the strong conscience from? Where do you think you get strength from? Where do you think you get discipline, peace, poise, patience? Where do you think you get that from? The same way you got it before. The same way you got the shit you need before. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I want to drop a little short video, man. I hope it's short. I don't know how short it is, but these things I worry about, man. I ponder on, you know what I mean? So hope this helps somebody. Somebody need to hear it. Deuces.